Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority regular meeting today, Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014, at approximately 6:32 p.m. Please note the attendance. Ms. La Cuesta, all members are present. At this time, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda.
I have some question on the agenda.
Sure, go ahead, Mr. Kim.
First of all, there is no comment time, and our agenda, there is no future agenda time from the council. And I have some notice about the public comment time is gone all after our discussion. What I understanding by the Brown Act, the public has right to speak before the start meeting or during the meeting, not the end of the meeting. I believe that we should move to the front, the public comments, so public can speak on their opinions or their issues to the council and the public.
Okay, so you want to put public comments and public appearances right after awards and presentations?
Yes.
Okay, public comments. I don't have a problem with that, Mr. Kim.
What about the future agenda and the council comments?
Okay, I believe the council comments can come after the public comments,
Yes.
and then future agenda items can come before the adjournment.
Yes. That's what we usually has.
Okay? That is your motion, Mr. Kim?
Yes, please.
With those changes, repeating the changes is to move the public comments immediately following the awards presentations, and then council comments right after that. And then to conclude, prior to adjournment, we will have the future agenda items. There's a motion on the floor by Mayor Pro Tem Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castro. Please, in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Announcements. These proceedings may be viewed on the City of Calexico website at www.calexico.ca.gov the Friday following the City Council meeting. Before we start with awards and presentations and proclamations, I'd like to acknowledge some of the elected officials that have come to this meeting here today. First off, from the Superior Court Department, we have the Honorable Juan Ulloa. From the County Sheriff, we have Ray Loera. Supervisor District 1, John R. Renison. Supervisor District 5, Ray Castillo. From the City of Imperial, Mayor Pro Tem Mark Gran. From the Calexico Unified School District, we have Eric Ortega. From the Calexico Unified School District, we have Ruth Duarte. For the Calexico Unified School District, we have Norma Aguilar. And from also the Calexico Unified School District, we have Ciro Calderon. From the Heffernan Healthcare Memorial District, we have Gloria Grijalva. Also from the Heffernan Healthcare Memorial District, we have Rosie Fernandez. And representing Congressman Juan Vargas' office, we have Rene Felix. I hope I got all the electeds. Did I miss anybody? No, thank you very much. Item number 1, awards, presentations, appointments, and proclamations. Approval of the resolution reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on Tuesday, November 6, 2012, declaring the results and such other matters as approved by law. Is there a motion? Moved by Ms. Hurtado. Is there a second?
Second, sir.
Second by Mr. Hodge. Please vote. Motion carries unanimously, 5-0. At this time, I'd like to call up the Honorable Juan Ulloa to swear in the newly elected City Council persons. Mr. Armando Real, will we do one at a time? Take your time, Judge.
Okay, sir.
Okay, our camera for the, can you get in public spectrum? Can you guys just, can you kneel down maybe, kind of get a little lower? There you are. God, yeah, make him look a little taller. I'm just kidding.
He's going to be the target of the short jokes.
First of all, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for the honor of being able to preside at this important event. Before I actually do the oath, which is mandatory for the new members, I would like to say that the public taking of the oath of office is very important to the public and to the members because it signifies the passing from private life into public life for citizens. Before today, these citizens could speak for themselves and act in their own interests. After today, they must speak for the public, for all of them, not for those who voted for them and support them alone, but also those who voted for their opponent and supported the opponent. And for those who did not vote at all, we must speak for the whole community. And as we honor that and express that, we also give faith and allegiance to the Constitution and laws of our country and our state. So at this time, Mr. Hurtado and Mr. Real, please raise your right hands. Oh, just
One at a time.
I'm sorry. I thought we were doing both together. Mr. Real, repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and to the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will defend and support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Please be seated, gentlemen. Mr. Hodge, if you will join me here in front. On behalf of the City of Calexico and the City Council, I would like to thank you for your 4 years of service to the citizens and the outlying areas of Calexico. Your passion, your way of getting things done, your heart, your desire, you will put into it. I applaud you for stepping up and taking this leadership role. I'd like to read what the flag says, Mr. Hodge. Percentage of Bill Hodge, Councilman, for your service as a member of the Calexico City Council from July 2010 to November 2014. Calexico City Council. John Moreno, Mayor. June King, Mayor Pro Tem. Luis Castro, Councilman, and Marisa Hurtado, Councilwoman. Congratulations, sir. And speaking at this time as a council member, Mr. Bill Hodge.
Thank you. It has been a great honor, and please allow me to indulge myself, Mr. Mayor. It's been a great honor to serve on this council and to serve the community. And I want to say to the community as a whole that in many ways you have been wrong to say at times that this council was not productive. I know the point of contention about the Chief Tabares and the police took away the focus of seeing how much we were accomplishing things. I'm very proud of this council. We did a lot. We did a lot. And we passed many important ordinances and resolutions. Like what? well, setting the situation and groundwork for the upcoming fire department and hopefully police department. Grand Plaza, which is a huge success. And, of course, moving forward on the pool and many, many other areas. These are tangible accomplishments of this council, and it's been an honor to serve and work with them. Now, my legacy for the last 4 years, it's very important for me to allow me, and I don't mean to be arrogant or egotistical, but my individual contributions that has positively changed Calexico. I have no intention to be arrogant or egotistical, but it's important to me, my reputation, that you know, maybe you don't know in a sense of what I have done. Let me just get right to it. Well, you know, I don't know if I want to talk about this, but let me try to be brief. I know that some of you have a perception of association of me with the police department. The investigation, I applaud. I think it's commendable. In fact, this is what I always wanted Chief Tabares to do, but he didn't hold up to it and to my expectations to actually do a real investigation. But you need to know that there's a distinction here. I would never condone corruption. What I felt that was an injustice, and think back in your memory, was from the very beginning that this chief was not allowed right out of the gate to operate normally. And there were many meetings where I saw the obstruction and the undermining by our administration. So I still hold to that, ladies and gentlemen. That was an injustice. I don't like any injustice, so I stay firm to it. That is different and separate from the possible allegations of corruption. Nobody is above the law. And if anybody is found guilty, truly guilty by strong evidence, they need to step up to the consequences. Now, I must say this, because you won't see me anymore, me in this position. You'll see me down there or in the audience or in the community. But the Chief Bostic, I want to say, I want to commend him for a good investigation. I think it's commendable, but I think it was very disappointing and inappropriate about the allegations about the recent investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have forgotten. Let's do our homework. The City Council has specific roles. We have a role to answer our constituents and to protect them and provide for them. This gentleman in this most recent investigation called me, and I listened to his concerns, and he was very upset. And of course, I figured, being upset, he's probably not going to say the whole truth or his exaggeration. But he said that he was very upset with the recent police chief and that he wasn't able to get proper connection or service, and that they were very arrogant. I didn't believe everything, and I just want to tell the chief, he's not here, that I did my proper role. And so we need to study and know what that is. That was a constituent. And I am supposed to listen and try to help that gentleman. And all I wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen, was to set up a meeting. That's it, to set up a meeting. And we as a council have a right to do that. So the other allegation of undermining is not correct. And I say that from my heart. I want to humbly say that I believe that I was one of the most proactive city council members here in initiating and leading and seeing fruition come to special projects. what is to my credit and reputation and legacy as I leave you? And again, not to be arrogant or egotistical, but these are the facts. Number one, I resurrected the town hall meetings. That's very democratic. That's a good thing to have, and I hope we continue with it. Number two, I suggested, and I'm very proud of this, of the sports summit and the great work and leadership that Sandra Toller took to do that. And now that's instituted, and that's an annual event. That was my idea. All right? Number three, I'm the one that had the early informal conversations regarding with Senator Wessel if he could help us with funding. And he came through, so we have the money for the pool. Number four, it is a partial contribution. I consistently, along before with Mayor Romero, complained and advocated on behalf that we repave Cole Road, and I was so happy that we finally did it. The other area that I came up with and nobody was saying anything about was the front entrance of CoCLX. These are tangible accomplishments, so I walk away with a lot of pride. And we cleaned up the front entrance of CoCLX. Nick Finley has done an excellent job. Furthermore, my consistent complaining contributed to getting the city, to finally repave Cole Road. My idea, among others, was accepted by the Arts Commission to institute a mural program. I'm proud of that. And I thank the hard work of the Arts Commission. And finally, you probably don't know about this one. I am responsible for bringing, in part, at least in the upcoming year, and you need to not lose sight with Kevin Smith, about 100 jobs. Why? Because there was a rift, an argument, and a standstill between our city manager, our previous one, and Mr. Smith. And I want to thank Mario Kondo for saying, why don't you focus on that? Make something happen, because nothing was happening with the town center. You're aware of the town center. The infrastructure is there. It was waiting for construction and jobs. So for over 2 years, there was this rift and stubborn inaction on behalf of the city owner and the town center. It was me that set up the meeting and got them to go beyond this rift and to agree and to open the avenue so that there could be an investment. And I want to proudly tell you that in the last couple of weeks, the owner, Mr. Smith, has said that 2 of the lots have gone through escrow. Now, I can only believe him, and that's what he said. And that means there will be about 100 jobs coming within a year. And I'm proud, because that's what you wanted. You wanted jobs. And that's what I brought you, jobs. And I'm proud of that. I just want to thank all of you for allowing me to serve. I will miss all of you, the council members, the meetings, they were fun. The beautiful, and I mean this, the beautiful staff. You guys are great. I will miss you dearly. And more. Future agenda, please. Mandy, don't let this slip by. I'm going to go out there and be an activist for the senior citizens. Please, council, really consider a senior citizens commission. And one thing that I never did, and I was for it, and maybe it's time now, is a junior city council. And then the other area is that you have to find some replacements. This is what I sat on and worked hard for you, with no complaints, because I cared. I cared from the bottom of my heart. The new River Committee, the Imperial County Transit Commission, which I strongly recommend that Maritza Hurtado be on that commission. She knows what's going on, Mr. Mayor. SCAG, that was wonderful to sit on that. The alternate to SANDAG, the Pool Committee, and the Town Hall Committee and Chamber Committee with our Honorable Mayor. So these areas need to be replaced. So I want to tell you, God bless all of you. I will miss you. I will miss this. But I'm not going away. And I only wish the best for you and all your families. Thank you very much. So I stepped down, sir. This guy's doing a wonderful job.
Yes, he is.
All right, Mandy. Come on up, baby.
Mr. Hodge, you can sit on the Senior Citizen Commission since you're a senior citizen. I'll appoint you, Mr. Hodge. Mr. Real, come forward, please. Take your seat.
Sí se puede.
Okay, we're moving on to item number 5, which is comments by incoming council member, Mr. Armando Real.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank everybody for being here, especially my father, who's here in the audience, Armando Real Sr., my mother, Sandra Real. I love you guys very much. My beautiful daughter, Mia Jolie Real, is out there too. And I want to thank everybody that's here, citizens, staff, law enforcement, my family, and my fellow city council members. I want to also congratulate Ms. Hurtado for another 4 years that she'll be here serving the city of Calexico. I also want to congratulate the other people that ran for city council alongside us, and Mr. Morris Risen, Willie Hermosillo, Salvador Cuevas, Mrs. Alma Castro, and Mr. Who am I missing? Aurelio Serrano. And because running for city council is definitely not easy, especially in this city. I think it's an understatement. There's 40,000 residents, and only 8 people ran for city council. It's a very low number. But sometimes, as a citizen, we like to point fingers and not necessarily have the fortitude to run for city council. And that's the reason I decided to run, because I kept seeing the way the city was being taken, and I said, it's time to do something about it. And I decided to go ahead and do something and run for city council. Change is what my banner said all over Calexico, and that's what I've been saying since I started my campaign. I believe the citizens of Calexico voted for change, and that's why we're here. We need to change the way Calexico has been conducting business for a very long time now. We need to change the mentality. In some aspects, a childlike mentality that if a person does not agree or vote like you, then automatically he becomes your enemy. The city council's division trickles down to our management, our staff, and ultimately the citizens of Calexico, and that needs to stop. City council members, Mr. Luis Castro, Mr. Kim, Honorable Mayor Moreno, and Councilwoman Hurtado, we need to lead by example. We need to show unity and strength so we can move Calexico forward and past all the issues that we've had. And I intend to do that. I intend to work together. I will extend my hand to every single one of you. And I think it's time that we leave everything in the past and get to work. Because ultimately, that's the reason the citizens vote for us. It's to work. This is a job. And we have to give them their money's worth. Because ultimately, the only people hurt when the city council is not working properly are the citizens. I am very humbled by the opportunity that everyone has given me to be your representative. I will try my best to hear the needs and wants of all the constituents in the city. I will try my best to make good, educated decisions that are unbiased. By doing my due diligence and making ultimately the decision that I believe is in the best interest of this city, Calexico, that I love. I also believe it's extremely important to work together with the school district, the citizens of Calexico, the senior citizens, and our neighbor, Mexicali, to bring about the prosperity and the greatness back to the city of Calexico. Ladies and gentlemen, change is at our doorstep, and it's knocking. It's up to us, the city council, the 5 members up here, to open that door. Forget the past and the division that has held us back, and work together in unity to bring about the change that is so desperately needed to take this city into a prosperous future that I know Calexico can have. Thank you very much, and God bless.
I'd like to present this plaque to Ms. Marisa Hurtado for your service as mayor of the city of Calexico, December 2012, July 2013. City Council of the city of Calexico presented on this day, December 2nd, 2014. Congratulations. Before you say comments, the seating arrangement should be Mr. Real in that chair, but you can sit here for now until we get... And Ms. Hurtado will be sitting in that chair. And for the changing of the guard, for the record, Mr. Real will be moving over as time goes on. Just so that you know. Mr. Warren, that is correct.
That's correct.
Okay, that's a rhetorical question.
That was a rhetorical answer.
All right, Ms. Hurtado, you may begin with your comments.
Thank you very much. I did write something. I didn't want to forget anything. First, I'd like to thank the voters of Calexico who took the time to go out and vote. First, I'd like to thank the voters of Calexico who took the time to go out and vote. I urge you to be involved in your community and work to inspire more Calexicans to vote so that you always make sure to let your voice be heard. Only the citizens can ensure that the government works for them. I am honored to have been re-elected as your council representative, especially after my last campaign challenges. Team Hurtado went against all possible odds, and yet was firmly victorious. I accept my win as an affirmation of a job well done and recognition to my continuous support of our community. I look forward to always improving and always seeking the best for Calexico. I want to thank a very special young lady, my daughter Jasmine, because if it was not for her, I wouldn't be here. Before this campaign began, I decided that I would announce to my family I wasn't going to run again. My decision didn't sit very well with her. I never imagined her almost motherly type response to the news and that she would be so convincing as it was. She pushed me to change my mind. She said that I could not quit, that I wasn't a quitter. She's a very wise young lady. She's not here today because she's in college, so she's wanted to make sure I said something to her too. So I entered the race, went on a really long and wild ride without a seatbelt. I hung on tight, and I never gave up. It's been absolutely surreal. I considered my campaign an adventure during the whole time, and I just kept focused. Trust me, though, my sense of humor was very helpful. I'm convinced a little divine intervention helped, but I'm so grounded by those all around me who believe in my efforts, like my son, Joseph. Thankfully, Joseph's job right now is to enforce what his sister says about my campaign while she's away in college. My friends and my family are probably sick of the hundreds of events I roped them into, but they never complain. Thank you for that. I need to give an honorable mention to my campaign manager, Norma, where is she? Who had me on lockdown during the campaign to keep me from the urge to take on my detractors in a less than ladylike fashion. Many of you know I had a hard time with singing Soft Kitty for her, but I did it. And last but not least, I'm so proud of all my commission appointees who demonstrated a great interest to do the right thing for the community together with me. I also want to say I'm thankful to the nonstop and persistent nagging from a few of my close friends who, without mentioning their names, continuously tested me, questioned me, and challenged me. And these are my friends. Why would I not appreciate friends who tell you the truth, even when you don't want to hear it? It's hard to accept faults, but easier when someone who truly cares says them to you. Thank you always to those friends for keeping it real for me. Finally, a special thanks to that other camp, whose negative actions towards Team Hurtado only made us want to work that much harder. I have just one thing to say to them. This victory is my fault. And I do accept the blame on this one. Go, girl. As I reflect what we have been through the last 4 years as a council, I must be clear. We have not done enough for Calexico. Let's be real. We have so much to work on and improve. The citizens want and deserve the best, and we must deliver. We can't slow down. We need to make up for lost time. I'm ready, and I know you are too. In our next 4 years, I see a positive energy on this council, ready to work in conjunction with the City of Calexico team of employees. We understand where we have been and where we want to go. We must implement our goals as a new team, leaving behind our differences now. With a stable financial foundation and a great group of professionals to service our city, we are on our way to better days. No going back, only forward. I believe it's a privilege to be elected as a Calexico leader. I respect the serious responsibilities that I've been given. I will always maintain my position of community first, because this is our opportunity to achieve our most successful potential, and I'm excited to see where we're going to go from here. I thank the mayor, the council, the city staff, and outgoing council member Hodge for their dedication to the city of Calexico for their hard work. This city is thankful for your service and time. In closing, I would like to thank God, who with him all things are possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hurtado and Mr. Real, for your comments.
Thank you.
Moving on to our public comments and public appearances. Note, not to exceed 3 minutes. This is a time for the public to address the City Council on any item not appearing on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The mayor will recognize you, and when you come to the microphone, please state your name and place of residence for the record. While members of the public are encouraged to participate, it is unlawful to disturb or delay the council meeting with personal or slanderous remarks. If the item you wish to comment on is a closed session item or consent item, please comment now. Yes. For the what? Is it on there? Did I miss something? What item are you talking about, Mr. Hurtado?
It's not an item, sir.
Oh. Oh, a photograph. Oh, a photograph. A photo opportunity.
It's history, sir.
All right. Well, let me finish with the public comments, and we'll take it. Me sacaste de onda. Where am I? Okay. The City Council is prohibited by state law from taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda. If the item you wish to comment on is on the public portion of the agenda, we will take your comment when we get to the item on the agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council. Okay, as a request by Ms. Hurtado to get a photograph now before the meeting is over and everybody goes their separate ways, could you gentlemen join me up here?
Yes, up there.
Right up here? All right. And both of you? Come a little closer, Kim. I'm not going to bite you. I brush my teeth. And by the way, I'll be selling 8x10 glossies of this after the meeting.
Can I have your autograph?
That's an extra $10.
Okay.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay, and now public comments. We have 2. That's it? I'm going to have a heart attack. All right. Oh, 3. Okay. We'll start with Miss Hildy Carrillo Rivera. I'm sorry, not the Rivera anymore. Hildy Carrillo. She's my cousin. I forget her name, you know.
Council,
What's in this? Okay, go ahead.
Council, congratulations, Mr. Real and Maritza, for being elected and re-elected to the City Council. On behalf of the Heffernan Memorial Hospital Board and, Healthcare District, the Heffernan Memorial Healthcare District, and the Calexico Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to invite you to tomorrow evening's mixer at the Heffernan Memorial Hospital District office right across the street. The Heffernan trustees will also be celebrating the swearing in of their 2 trustees that were reelected, Trustee Silvia Bernal and Trustee Norma Podaca. And also, I believe they're going to reorganize their board. And so tomorrow evening, the chamber, along with Heffernan, will be celebrating them. And we'd like the council to be there present so we can celebrate your recent elections and re-election, and that we can get together and do some celebrating before we hit the pavement working our tails off. Okay, having said that, that's tomorrow at 5:30. Also, I'd like to remind you that the Calexico Annual Christmas Parade, that it's being organized by the Calexico Desert Valley Bandits, the City of Calexico, the Calexico Chamber of Commerce, and the Calexico Business Improvement District, will be held Saturday, December the 13th at 10 a.m. We have gone back to the old route. We will be lining up on 2nd and Mary Avenue, and we will be traveling west on 2nd Street, north on Pollen, east on 4th Street, north on Heber, and we will be disbanding right here at the corner. I hope that if you're going to participate in the parade, you fill out an entry form like everybody else. Otherwise, we're going to miss you and skip you, and the vigilantes won't know what to do with you when you get there. Entry forms are available at the office, or call me and I will fill out one if you just give me your information. The theme of the parade is Community First, and it's all about community. So we hope to keep moving forward, and we congratulate you on behalf of all the different parties that are involved in all these positive happenings in the city of Calexico. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carrillo. And I have a couple of public requests for public comments. I'd like to call up Ms. Terry Nava for public comments, and we'll be timing you for 3 minutes.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Terry Nava, housing manager for the city of Calexico. As the supervisor for the code enforcement officers, I just wanted to give you a gentle reminder for all of you who have political signs. The deadline to remove all of the political signs is Thursday, December 4th, and the code enforcement officers will be out Friday enforcing any signs that are left out, giving citations on Friday. So please, anyone who has any political signs out, please be sure to have them removed by Thursday evening.
How much is the fine?
$150.
Is that
Per
pay?
Per sign.
Per sign.
Thank you.
Leave them up, Mandy. We need the money for the for the city.
Take it out of my check or what?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Nava. I appreciate the information. Let's see what we can do here. Go ahead. Let it go down.
Give it to Mandy.
You broke it. Okay.
You're all timing.
Okay. Set minutes.
There it is.
3 minutes. There you go, sir. And it's going to count down. Okay, at this time, I'd like to call Mr. John Romo for public comments. Mr. Romo? And then Ms. Carla Flores immediately following Mr. Romo.
Good evening, members of the Assembly, Council, and my name is John Rome for the record. I'm a citizen of Calexico. Don't have really much to say, only to congratulate Mr. Armando Real and Mrs. Maestro Hurtado. I really advocated for them, and I believe in what Mr. Armando Real said. You need to work together. You need to leave personalities aside. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it. You need to leave personality aside. You need to keep focus on what the people want. And you also need to be accessible to the people. If somebody calls you, please answer the phone, because there might be a concern out in the community. There is one now, which I would like to address to probably staff or the city manager. And what Mr. Armando Real said and Mr. Hurtado, they're very good words. And that means really going forward and working together. Again, there's no personalities here. Shouldn't be. You're only representatives. So we need to recognize our roles and keep on working together. Probably bring on better programs and all that. By the way, speaking of programs, Mr. Mayor and council members, Maritza, I'd like to be in that senior commission. I already drafted a program to Mr. Warren, and he has it, but it's only a rough draft. I'm finalizing it, and I would like to bring the housing authorities, link it to the housing authorities, because there is funding available with grants, and that would help the city, and probably pass it on over to the police department for above-line services, and that would be helpful, because I did it. I wrote a grant, and we got $100,000, so it served well. So, again, thank you. Congratulations, both of you, and the City Council, and that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Romo.
Well, I'm not going to take more than 3 minutes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, members of the council and public. I'm just here to congratulate Armando Real and Maritza Hurtado on behalf of the citizens of Calexico for a transparent government. It's been a rough journey for all of us who have been trying to work with the council this past year. Hopefully, now that we have a new member in the council, that we can all work together. Just remember that you're up there for the community, not for the best interest of your own personal gain. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Flores. And the last public comment item, or person speaking on public comments, is Mr. Fast Eddie Guzman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to congratulate Mr. Armando Real. I remember Armando Real when I was campaigning. He was my first. I'm the one that registered him to vote. He voted for me in 1990, I think in 98. That's when I registered him. He was just turned 18. I was at his dad's tire shop. I used to have my car lot, and we used to do all the tires there at their shop. And I asked Mr. Armando, I said, how old is Armando? I think he just turned 18. Is he registered? No, he's not. We'll register him. So when I came back, he told me right there about 2 years ago, and he says, I'm planning on running for city council. I'd like to see if you can support me. I said, you bet I can support you. Anybody the kids of my friends, I support them. We need young blood, and we can be behind them, and whatever we can help you with. And to every one of you, I've always been a help. If I can help you on anything, I'm there. I'm a member, presently member of the Club de los Amigos. I'm a senior now, And I'm glad that Mr. Hatch is going to be working with our seniors. So I'll be there too, so that we make sure that we get our funding and we get our trip funding and everything, So we'll be there. Thank you very much, and on behalf of all the citizens, then we congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guzman. Okay, Yoli, you can come up. Yoli Cordero.
Yoli Cordero, 702 Gonzalez. Yes, first of all, congratulations, Armando and Maritza. I'm very happy that you guys are on board, and Mr. Castro, Mr. Kim, and John, the 5 of you guys need to all work together. As the chair for the past 4 years for the Finance Advisory Board, I just wanted tell all five of you about the committees that exist for the city of Calexico. It is very important that the appointees that you put in these committees, that they're good working members of the committees. It's very important so that we, the committees, can really do our job better. In the Finance Advisory Board, one of our board members is Esther Gomez, and she was an appointee for Hodge. To me personally, she's been a very good asset for our committee, and I'm hoping, I pray that she'll be able to come back. And we do need some good appointees for the Finance Advisory Board from Mr. Kim, because we don't have one, and Mr. Castro. It would be great if we could get someone that's really into finances and accounting. That's as far as our committee is concerned. And then the other thing later I want to talk to our city manager is that we would like to get all the committees, at least the chair people, to come together so that we can all also work together, just like the city council, so that we can help and be that backbone for all of you guys and be your eyes and your ears of what we're supposed to do. Because I think we all care very much for the city of Calexico, and we do need to go forward and put Calexico back where it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cordero. And I'll bring it back to council for council comments. You know, we haven't met. The last time we met was October 21st, and it's been over a month. And they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. I'm not sure if that applies here. So I will start with anyone who would like to go first. You guys, you talked a lot, so we'll just go with Mr. Castro, Mr. Kim, and myself. And who would like to go first? I will go first, just to expedite this meeting. 3 minutes? Yes, 3 minutes. I'd like to thank the city staff and our city manager for that great commemoration of our veterans on Veterans Day, November 11th. It was an awesome event by the Calexico Baja Runners, the American Legions, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and everybody who had a hand in it. So thank you, city manager, who was also a veteran himself, 10 years in the Army. So I appreciate that. Of course, congratulations to our newly elected and re-elected city council members, Mr. Hurtado and Mr. Real, for coming on board. Thank you very much. I'd also like to congratulate Robert Gronich for having a Hollywood type of grand opening downtown Calexico a couple of weeks ago for the Garland's department store. It was a fun event. And Mr. Garland, I got to witness how he treats his employees. He with a passion, with like a big brother kind of thing. He cares about his employees, and employees do an outstanding job. I was very impressed with that, sir. Thank you very much. I'd like to congratulate the Calexico High School Lady Bulldogs on winning the CIF Championship, Division 4 in San Diego. They went on to play La Reina High School in Thousand Oaks. They didn't win that one, but it's the farthest a team has gone since 1978 when the boys soccer won the CIF Championship Southern Section. So congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs, and I hope we get to honor them at our next meeting. Yeah. I also went to the El Centro changing of the guard, and a congratulations to Mr. Efrain Silva, the new mayor of El Centro. I was impressed with the professionalism that was held by that city council, and I hope that we can aspire to be like our neighbors 10 miles to the north. Their chambers were state-of-the-art. They had big screens, and it was just, if you ever get a chance to see it on TV or on the public spectrum, please do so. Finally, I'd like to thank Mr. Nick Servine, Mr. Nick Finley on the general services, because I've noticed a lot of the painted streets in our commercial areas and our streets are coming in, and they're looking pretty good. We still got a ways to go, but progress is noted. So thank you very much, sir. That's all I have, Mr. Kim, and if either of you gentlemen would like to speak at this time, you may.
Okay, no problem. Well, in I would like to congratulate Ms. Marisa Hurtado and Mr. Armando Real. Now you are part of this board, and now it is time to redirect our energy and come together and work for the betterment of the city of Calexico. I stand and to be ready to move forward in benefit of this community. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Castro.
I congratulate new council members. They've been elected. Now they take the stand for doing the job for the community. I hopefully we can work together as professional, like Mr. Moreno said. We should learn from other council how they run the council. And I'm expecting better professionalism in our council. And first of all, I've attended the veterans ceremonies. I am veteran from the Korean Army, not in the U.S. Army. So I couldn't say the U.S. veteran, but I still veteran and the Korean armies. And I went to the turkey breakfast and doing the neighbor's house to give the turkey breakfast away. And also turkey giveaway by the Mr. Weso. We were there. I think Mr. Moreno was there too. Our Wishimo council member was there at that time. Oh, Mr. Armando Riero, he was elected council. And this one is going to be, I am working at one of the Korean company. They are interested to build a manufacturing facility, creating 1,500 real jobs inside the facility, not all the whatever shady numbers. Actually, the facility itself 1,500 jobs. And if that company is success, the friend company follow by them. But unfortunately, they stand back to study more current situation in the Calexico. And the recent action in the city of Calexico now makes me believe not compass only against me. It's an narco against me too. That's why it's hard to clean the city and make the transparency city of Calexico. Especially in the recent newspaper at the Ivy Press, the narco activities arrested by the FBI it gives us a big eye openers. And I like to suggest that council, I believe 5 council members should take the drug test.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kim. Okay, Mr. Warren, would you like to go ahead? Have anything to say?
You know, I don't really have anything to say except to congratulate our 2 newly elected city council members, and I look forward to working with them and the other members of the council. We have a lot of work to do in the coming year, and I'm excited because I really feel like we have a team. When I mean a team, we've got a council, we've got a staff, we got you as the public, and there's no end to what we can all accomplish together. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warren. Ms. Hurtado, go ahead.
You know, hearing Mr. Kim talk about wanting to bring in further development and businesses to the city, I think that's what everybody wants. And I want to share with you something very interesting that happened. We have an organization here in the Imperial Valley called Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation, and they have been bringing in quite a bit of people from China. And they are the ones that are responsible for the businesses that were brought into that Heber corner where the gas station is, where the gas is real cheap. So when the results of the election occurred, the next day I got a call from Tim Kelly. And Tim Kelly is a very well-known president of the organization and founder, and is a mover and a shaker in Imperial Valley. And it was very pleasing to see that he was asking us as council to join him in his recent meeting that he had a week ago. And why is that important? It's important, and as a matter of fact, he said so. When we were there, thank you, Mandy, for being at that meeting as well. When we were there, basically what they were there to do is promote the Valley. But it was really nice to hear Tim Kelly tell us in front of the group that was there, very important group of movers and shakers of Imperial Valley, basically welcoming us to the group. And in a way, it wasn't necessary to be mean about it, where we probably weren't welcome before, but I believe that they see a lot of progress and hope in what's happening now in this council. And they want us to join them, and they want us to be a productive part of this region, which we can be that, and we definitely have potential. And I just want to say that I'm really happy to know that you're going to be here and you're going to experience all of this, because it's a really exciting time, I believe, for Calexico. And that, yes, we do need to make up for a lot of lost time, but I think that a lot of individuals out there regionally want us also to succeed. So we're going to take that opportunity and definitely succeed. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hurtado.
I also attended the IV EDC meeting in Brawley with Mr. Moreno and Councilwoman Hurtado. The steak was wonderful. And I got to meet a lot of interesting people, and Calexico hadn't been to one of those meetings in a few years, I believe. And they definitely embraced us and definitely want to work with us. IVEDC brings a lot of jobs to other cities, but for some reason we weren't attending those meetings and trying to get in there and hopefully we can work together with them and they can bring some jobs that we desperately need here in Calexico. I was also with Senator Ben Hueso at the neighborhood house giving out some turkeys with Councilman Kim and Moreno, and that was a great opportunity to meet a lot of the community members and speak with Mr. Hueso regarding the pool, and I had no idea what hoops he had to go through to actually get us the monies for our pool, and I want to thank him publicly. Also, this Thursday is the tree lighting ceremony here at City Hall, and I want to invite everybody that's here to come and join us and see that that beautiful tree light up, and that's about it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Real. Consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are to be considered routine by the City Council, Calexico Community Redevelopment Agency, successor agency, or the Calexico Financing Authority, and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar and considered separately by the City Council. Before anyone begins, I'd like to pull item number 10. Would anybody else like to pull an item?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Kim.
19, 20, 21.
19, 20, 21. Mr. Castro?
No.
Thank you. Ms. Hurtado?
I just wanted to make a comment.
All right.
We have 4 applications for alcoholic business licenses.
Looks like yes.
Yeah? Okay. Just wanted to make sure everybody's going to have a really happy Christmas and Happy New Year, that's all.
Okay. Mr. Real, any item?
No.
Okay. Very good. Item number 10. I'd like all council members to pull up item number 10 from their binders. On this Friday morning at 2 a.m., we'll be having the Farm Worker Appreciation Breakfast at the EDD. And I'd like each council member to read a whereas. I will start and go to my right with Mr. Kim and Mr. Castro, and then come around the other way with Ms. Hurtado. So item number 10. You there? Yes. It's item number 10. Calexico City Council proclamation, Farm Worker Appreciation Week, November 30th, 2014 to December 6th, 2014. Whereas agriculture has traditionally been the backbone of the economy of the Imperial Valley, and Mr. Kim.
Imperial Valley farm workers have tilled the soil, sowed the seed, and harvest the crop of the rich agricultural areas, and
whereas these workers in the agriculture industry have found in abundance for the people in cities throughout the nation and the world, and have thus contributed greatly to the economy of Calexico and the Imperial Valley. And
Ms. Hurtado?
Whereas the Calexico City Council believes in the dignity of tilling the soil and in ending the crops. Tending the crops. Typo.
Whereas the City of Calexico City Council recognizes that agriculture will continue to play a strong role in our community's economy, and
now therefore be it resolved that the Calexico City Council does hereby proclaim the week of November 30th, 2014 to December 6th, 2014 as Farm Worker Appreciation Week. In witness whereof, I hereunto affix my signature and official seal of the City of Calexico on the second day of December 2014, John Moreno, Mayor. Is the person here to receive this? Who is it? Oh, no. We had a person that was to receive this? She left? Okay. Your father bagged groceries. Oh, did I? Okay, she's not here. We'll get it to her. Okay. I just want to pull that to make sure that we've read that proclamation, and I'd like to entertain a motion to approve items 8 through 18 and 22. Is there a motion to approve those items? Moved by Ms. Hurtado. Is there a second?
second.
Second by Mr. Real. Please vote. Motion carries unanimously.
Rookie mistake.
Item number 19, the approval or approve the purchase of one Pierce Manufacturing Incorporated Freightliner Type 3 pumper fire truck and authorize the city manager to execute any and all necessary documents, including a purchasing agreement in the amount of $325,416.45. Mr. Kim, do you have any questions on this item?
yes, I have two questions. One is the bidding process. I believe they were piggybacked with the Los Angeles County. The bidding process.
The question, I don't. What was the question, Mr. Kim?
My question was the bidding process conducted by the Los Angeles County. We are the piggyback.
So there was two different counties that had a cooperative purchase, and a lot of the fire departments in the state of California do the cooperative purchase because that's the better way to get the better deal. Los Angeles County, Kern County, and Ventura County, they all purchased a large number of these vehicles, which lowered the pricing. So with the city's purchasing policy as a cooperative purchase, we're able to jump on those purchases as well to be offered the extension of that cost.
So that wasn't necessary to be done to buy the small pump fire engines. Yeah, small as pump fire engines.
Correct.
Pump fire trucks.
Correct.
Okay. So do we have approved this one before the bidding?
Do we have?
Before the bidding, we approved the buying the pumper trucks.
That's what you're voting on today, is to approve the purchase of this smaller vehicle?
Okay. So according to the agenda was saying is come from our was the impact fees.
Correct.
So the impact fee is going to pay off on that.
Correct.
Is that include the impact fee from Grand Plaza?
Yes. The answer to that question is yes. The pumper will be paid off a combination of fire impact fees from Grand Plaza, and also when our firefighters go on the strike forces for the wildfires, where we're reimbursed by the state. The portion that's reimbursed for equipment will go into defraying the cost of this piece of equipment. So this is not a general fund expenditure, and there is a financing plan in place that will not impact any other city services in order to make this purchase.
Okay, that means the Grand Plaza they paid about $4 million about impact fees. They used to postpone it. Did they pay the impact fee on the $4 million?
They have paid all the impact fees relating to Phase 1A. They are in the process. We're in plan check for Phase 1B and Phase 2A, and the impact fees and the other fees will be calculated once the environmental document is done and once the plan check has been finished, so that we understand what the total scope of the construction of the project is, and that's how the impact fees will be calculated.
So they're not paid in full yet then?
No, there is no impact fee because there is no development. The development is still in process, so therefore the fees haven't been paid.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a motion to approve this item, Mr. Kim?
Yes, motion to approve it.
Second?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Kim, seconded by Mr. Castro. Go ahead. Will please vote. Motion carries unanimously. Item number 20. Authorize city manager to sign the tax and fiscal impact agreement for annexation CX 106, 154 acres along Jasper Road and Meadows Road, Palazzo subdivision. What is your question, Mr. Kim? Or clarification?
Yeah, this one is like more like a clarification on this question. The Palazzo subdivision, they are starting constructions, or why we have to taxing them again?
No, this is just an agreement with the county to distribute taxes whenever they do annex into the city. They're still in the county, so we're trying to get them annexed and therefore develop within the city limits. But before that happens, they have to go through certain steps. This agreement is one of those steps. Otherwise, we're going to get our share of taxes.
So that means that they're going to go to LAFCO to annexing their land to the city of Calexico?
They have been at LAFCO for about a year.
Okay, so it's not done yet then?
They're going through the process.
Okay,
LAFCO won't finally approve it until the tax sharing agreement is in place. And so that's what we have before you, the tax sharing agreement. And so once this is approved, then the final this final application for this development, 165-acre development, can then be approved by LAFCO, and ultimately the city will approve the development on that particular property once the property is in the city.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Thank you, Mr. Servin.
I make the motion to approve it.
Moved by Mr. Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Real. Please vote. Motion carries unanimously. Item 21, resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico authorizing the city manager or his designee to execute state agreement and or any documentation pertaining to housing-related parks program grant. Mr. Kim, you have a question or clarification?
Well, they can be fit both. Is that only what I'm understanding, only Rockwood and Heber Park?
When the city builds affordable housing, there is an automatic park grant that comes to the city from the state. So we are entitled to that money. The action you are taking tonight is to authorize us to execute the documents with the state so that the funding can come to the city. This particular project was in the budget that was approved by the City Council for both Heber Park and Rockwell Park.
Rockwood Plaza.
I'm sorry, Rockwell Plaza.
Right here. Okay.
Okay, so that means we already approved it, or we still in the process? We've been okay. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve this item, Mr. Kim?
This item.
Moved by Mr. Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castro. Please vote. Motion carries unanimously. Future agenda items, and I will give you 1 minute to request a future one agenda item. Who would like to go first?
Me?
Okay, Mr. Kim, you have 1 minute. Please select your item.
Well, I'd like to make the agenda next coming meeting for forensic investigation all city of Calexico. Each department, including the city manager's office.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else would like to make a future agenda item?
Yes.
Mr. Real, go ahead.
I would like to take off with what Mr. Hodge left pending, which is the senior committee. I believe it's really important. I believe we get that going. So hopefully we can get that on the agenda and start with that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Real. Mr. Castro and Ms. Hurtado.
I actually wanted to, probably not yet, but yesterday in my review with Mr. Warren, we spoke quite a bit about improving our park systems, and I know that in the future we'll have something, but probably not yet, because we still have some discussions to do so we can get ready and really work on our parks, right? So I'm not necessarily ready, but I did want to make sure I mentioned that.
Thank you, Mr. Hurtado. Mr. Castro.
No comments.
Thank you, Mr. Castro. I'd like an update on the Franklin building, which is on 2nd Street. I know that it's been like that since the earthquake, and find out what plan the city has to expedite reconstruction or demolition or whatever may be. And then looking at the empty parcels along 2nd Street and see how we can bring in and entertain tenants and work closely with the landlords, if you will do that. And that's all I have for future agenda items. And at this time, I'd like to adjourn this meeting at 7:55.